yeah, so then eventually I left that job and I got a job at a gas station. And that's about the time that my relationship ended. And I started to, what happened was, everything went tits up as soon as I discovered Rastafari. I used to get my weed from this Jamaican, well, he was, I don't know if he was Jamaican, but he was definitely a Rastafarian. And he was a trombone player in a reggae band called Mind, Body, and Spirit. And one day he says to me, he's like, Aldo, what do you believe in, man? And I was like, I believe in nature and spirits and vibes and da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, you're a Rasta, but you just don't know it yet. And I said, look, I love reggae music and I like to smoke ganja. But if you're trying to tell me that this guy on your badge is God, he's wearing a military uniform. And it's a photograph. So it's a photograph, which means that he's alive during the age of photography and he's somehow a military man. I'm like, I don't think there's no way that you can, sell me that. There's no way. Like, I'm used to God being more. I was raised a Catholic. Yeah, so I was like, nah, there's no way. But somehow it sparked my interest, and I loved the band. I mean, they would play a Bob Marley set that was just so fucking amazing that, War, No More Trouble. I was like, what? And that's when I started to understand. I listened to the speech by His Imperial Majesty, which was the Song of War. And that led me to figure out who Haile Selassie was. Who is this man on this guy's button? And so since I still worked at the college at that time as a security guard, I would go check out the library. And that's where I learned about Haile Selassie. And I'm going to tell you, Haile Selassie is God. It changed my mind of what God really was, It made it a more personal aspect and a more like God came back to teach a lesson. You know what I mean? It didn't have to be God with shooting lightning bolts out of his fingers and have some great mystical powers, like that everybody knew about, There's always mystical powers being hushed about. But basically what it came down to was I believed he was the fulfillment of the biblical. I wasn't even into the Bible anymore. Like this whole Rasta thing got me back into the Bible, cathartic effect that it had on me. The people that controlled the narrative of the Bible all that time, the Catholics or the revivalists, Christians, Baptists, the ones that just really like sitting on Saturday and holy on Sunday kind of thing. I didn't get it. But I started to understand the whole Rasta thing about how they lived very biblically, as biblical as they could while still being modern, And then Haile Selassie is like mentioned in the Bible so many times. It's basically the book of Revelations, to me, described World War II, the beginning of the global grip of Babylon. Few can control the many. I'm like reading all these Bible quotes and how they're equating to Haile Selassie. There's this one line that was like, the kings of the earth take counsel against the Lord and his anointed, saying, let us break his bonds asunder and cast away his cords from us. And I saw that happened to Haile Selassie during World War II when the League of Nations turned their back on him when Italy invaded Ethiopia. Like there was all this history of World War II that I was never taught. And they crammed World War II down my throat in high school. But they never mentioned Haile Selassie not once. And he tested the mettle of the League of Nations. And because he found that the League of Nations was weak, Hitler did what he did in Italy and thus his history, But yeah, dude, so I went Rasta wholeheartedly. Oh, so when it really dawned on me that His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, Rastafari, was spiritually where it was at, it changed my life. Like, it changed my life to where I couldn't be this rent-a-cop anymore. Got a job at a gas station where I grew my hair long. But I was still like so naive, man. And I didn't know what from what. All I knew to do was to chant a psalm a day. I was doing what I heard in the reggae music. I was doing what Bob Marley said, Steel Pulse said, Burning Spear said. I was doing what all the elder rosters that I could get my hands on. I was watching Bob Marley videos, Bob Marley documentaries, countryman and the harder they come, and really just studying like Jamaica and the whole Rasta. I'm running around Richmond, Virginia in a pair of shorts, no shirt, just these rope sandals, living roots. I didn't know how to dreadlock my hair, so I go to a black hair salon, and the lady there didn't know how to make dreadlocks either, so she just plaited my hair. And I had these plaits in my hair, and I would wear a hat all the time. And I literally would be like, I'm out of weed, right? And there's one point I was living, I met this other girl. She was 6'7", dark skin, 6'7". Man, I was just fell head over heels, and I ended up moving in with her and her two roommates. And it was me and these three girls, and we shared a one-bedroom apartment, and we had no electricity, cold showers, and candlelight nights. I had a friend of mine who owned a hippie shop. She sold like tie-dyes, Grateful Dead stickers, and used clothes. And we got along because she had parrots, a bunch of parrots. She kept in the shop, and I had a parrot, lizards, iguanas, monitors, tegus, snakes, pythons, boa constrictors. She bred her own mice to feed them. On the fact that she could travel, what she would do is she would travel to Guatemala, buy clothes and things, and bring them back to the States and sell them in their shop. You could do that. You know what I mean? Like, wow. That sounds like a better job to me than, a bullshit security guard. Butch taught me how to play the guitar, man. He was a handyman, so he would, do little handiwork at people's houses. And at night he would play guitar wherever he could, whether he would make money or not, man. He would play guitar. Whether he had strings on his guitar or not, he would play guitar. If there was fucking 3 strings on that guitar, he would be playing guitar. Amazing. I got my first motorcycle in Virginia. The car I drove down there, I had this car. It was a mistake to get rid of this car. I had the best car. My dad bought this car in New Jersey for $300, and he sold it to me for $1, I think. And it was a 1973 Pontiac Grand Am Maroon, which was fucking beautiful. This car had a 400 engine in it. Anti-sway bar, the back of it was sleek, but the front of it had like the Batmobile, round headlights, bucket seats, fucking center shift console shifter. This car was so hot, man. Oh, God. I love that car. But eventually it didn't serve me. It was breaking down. I couldn't afford to keep it going. It was a gas guzzler. I sold it and got my first motorcycle, which was a 1980 Yamaha 850 Special. I liked that bike. It was a fun bike, and that served me well again until it didn't. Then I sold that for my plane ticket out of America, and I bought a one-way plane ticket to Jamaica. So I had my firm Rastafarian belief. I would literally play this drum, chanting psalms, and then miracles would happen. I would eat through these miracles. I would smoke through these miracles. If I needed ganja, I'd get a knock at the door, and then Captain Kamal would be like, "I heard you thinking of me." Look, I need some ganja. I know. A lot of things backed up my my firm belief in Rasta. So I decided to move to Jamaica. I sold my motorcycle. I quit my job at the gas station. Broke up with my girlfriend that I was living with. And I headed out.
It's so funny. I think you say like and subscribe too. Let's go. Who's your boy? Let's go, Mama.